Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Jenna and today I'm going to go through the 6 books I read in February. I am amazed and proud of myself that I ended up reading 6 books in February, which is also the shortest month of the year. So that is just incredible for me. I'm very proud, very proud. And if you read this month or were happy or did what you loved this month, I am proud of you as well. Great job, everyone. So I am going to go into all 6 books I read. I'm not gonna lie, February did not start on a good note, but it ended on one. So the first book I did unfortunately DNF was The Tourist Attraction by Sarah Morgenthaler. I had had this book for almost a year. I was ready. The premise of the book is really good and sweet. It had really great potential. It just kind of fell flat for me. The writing definitely has really good potential. I think that this author is going to grow and blossom, but this book honestly just had moments that almost felt like it was forced. It felt like the main character was supposed to feel quirky and she just kind of almost looked like she was not smart, which I don't think is what the author was going for. And honestly, that could literally just be me and this could be your favorite book. If so, I'm sorry, but it just was not for me. I will say that I did read about 30 to 40% of it. I really wanted to keep going, but unfortunately, I just decided to DNF. The second book I read, though, was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This was from my library TBR jar pick, and this was also kind of the second chance into the gothic fantasy genre for me. I thoroughly enjoyed this duology. This was incredible. This book kind of goes into the effects of greed and selfishness with magic and how that can really tear a kingdom apart. So you follow this main character, Elspeth, who actually has a curse or a disease that the dark magic brings, and if people find out that you have this, you are killed. And so she's been kind of hiding this secret. It is a romance. It's really, really sweet and awesome. The only thing I will say about this is that it is labeled as a young adult, but it's more of a new adult, NA, instead of a YA, which basically means it's like for 18 and up instead of like, I don't know, 14 and up that YA is. Because there is a spicy scene that I just really wasn't expecting. So if you are kind of looking for a book that does not have any of that, I would kind of move away from it. But the story itself is amazing, and if you can look past that, I highly suggest you pick it up. And I ended up rating One Dark Window 4.5 stars out of 5. It's incredible, loved it. And I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about the second in the duology right now because it makes the most sense. So the second in the Shepherd King duology is Two Twisted Crowns, which was incredible. I rated it 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It just takes you on such a journey. The writing is just so fun and whimsical. It feels like you're in a dream, kind of reminding me of Stephanie Garber's writing a little bit, but super, super good. Overall, I'm so glad I read this duology. I got them obviously both from the library, so I don't have them with me at the moment, but I am going to, at some point, probably when I have a larger shelf, buy the 2 books because I just love them so much. So highly recommend the Shepherd King duology. The book I read after One Dark Window was unfortunately another DNF, which makes me so sad. I read One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I actually made it like 70% of the way through in this book. It is a LGBTQ plus contemporary romance. It has a really, really good plot as to where one girl goes onto the queue and finds a girl she's attracted to, and you find out that that girl has been stuck on this train for a very, very long time, and they get together and you kind of get to see obviously how she tries to help her get out of that situation, but also it has really good representation and just kind of shows the difference between how the girl that is in the past, maybe like 1970s, I think she was stuck in, because obviously being gay was very, very much so dangerous during that time for those individuals. And so kind of seeing how the girl that is in the present time is kind of seeing that because she's scared about them being in public. You get a really good perspective on life and just how times have changed for the better. It's still tough, but this book does a really, really good job of highlighting that. Honestly, I think that this book for me, I DNF'd it because one, I felt like it was too long. It's over 400 pages, but that might be because I was looking for more of a light, fluffy romance, which this is, but because it had all of these other themes in it, which made it really good, it just wasn't what I was really in the mood for. But either way, I feel like this book could be a 5-star for you easily. It just, again, was almost too long for me. Again, I was more interested in a romance that didn't have a lot for me to like think about, if that makes sense. I just wanted something that I could use to take my mind off things. And so I think that's kind of why it was a DNF. I did rate it 2 stars. Again, you could really like it. It just wasn't for me. But again, One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. And then, funny enough, I went to Marshall's because I love Marshall's. I found this book in the checkout line. And as I said, I was in the mood for a light and fluffy romance. And I quite literally found the lightest and fluffiest romance of all time. It is called 4 Weddings and a Puppy. If this kind of shows you like the mood I was in, this is it. Perfect for February. And believe it or not, okay, the Olympics just ended. This is literally this time of year about Olympic skiers. Like, the timing on this was crazy. I really, really enjoyed this book. It is by Lizzie Shane. I went into it expecting it to be really cringy just because of the title and everything. It was really cute. I enjoyed it a lot. And obviously a puppy, come on. That's incredible. Highly recommend reading this. I only paid like $6 for it at Marshall's. I definitely am going to keep looking out for books by this author because I just ate this up. It was adorable. Highly recommend, and just kind of appeared out of nowhere. So there you go. After that one, I did read Two Twisted Crowns, which I've already talked about. But after that, I ended up finally reading The Sanatorium. This is a Reese Witherspoon book club. It's by Sarah Pierce, and the cover says it's The Shining, but with a full house from People magazine. And I love The Shining. I love thrillers. I love mysteries. I love horror. So this is perfect for me. There were subtle little shout outs to The Shining within it, but the main plot was definitely not really like The Shining. It almost reminded me more so of like Clue, or you're in a situation where people are getting murdered and you have to figure out who it is. So I wouldn't really necessarily compare it to The Shining. It's definitely got elements of it and shout outs to it, which is so fun to see, but I wouldn't go into it expecting it to be like The Shining with a full house. But either way, it was really, really good. You're following this main character who's kind of going through grief, and she goes to this hotel to meet up with her brother and his fiance to celebrate their engagement. She's nervous. They have kind of a weird, dark past. And so she's staying at this hotel in Switzerland. Her boyfriend is with her. And what happens? There's an avalanche, there's a snowstorm, and they cannot leave. The whole book is in third person, and another thing that I love about this book is that the chapters are literally all under like 5 pages, which is my favorite, and it was perfect because when I finished Two Twisted Crowns, I almost needed a book like this because there were 3 days left in February, and I was like, I want to read one more book because I can't get myself to carry over and finish it in March. For some reason, my brain does not work that way, and I did. I'm very proud of myself. 4 star, 4 star, unfortunate DNFs, and then Two Twisted Crowns was 5 stars, and One Dark Window was 4.5. So overall, a really interesting reading month. Even though it had 2 DNFs, the books that weren't DNFs were really, really good. So it ended up being a really good reading month. And again, I read 6 books, which is incredible. If you want to see what I'm reading in March, you can go check out the video I posted yesterday and watch that. I think my next video will be a plant video, so I will wait a little bit longer to post a book video, but do come back for that because it's not just plants from now on. I go back and forth, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned, or if you're interested in book videos, come back. I will go back to books, don't you worry, because I love books. So with that, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, everybody.